Identity shifting. This is Mekus with the Continence Club. I am back with another wonderful video. My email's in the description if you need one-on-one help, or if you want me to cover another topic along the lines of controlling your mind to go from your current to your desired situation. Let me know what that is. I will work to get that video uploaded. So today it's all about, again, shifting your identity. The reason why you're not in your desired situation is because you haven't identified yet as somebody who is fully worthy and capable of achieving and maintaining your desired situation. If you were able to shift your identity properly, you wouldn't be in your current situation. You wouldn't be watching this video right now. If you were in your desired situation, you wouldn't be watching this video right now. You want to make that change. You want to shift from where you are at right now, this current situation that you hate, over to your desired situation. And you can undoubtedly do that. Matter of fact, it's easier than you think. Change your conception of yourself, and you will automatically change the world in which you live. If you will assume your desire and live there as though it were true, no power on earth can stop it from becoming a fact. And this is very true because, and matter of fact, think of the success that you've had in your life. You did it unconsciously without even knowing. And same on my end. I know that in my life that the successes I had, I believed, I really felt like I was worthy of achieving that thing. And I didn't even know what identity shifting was. I didn't really know, right, the specific details to make that change. I did it subconsciously and now unconsciously. And now when I look back on it, it makes a lot of sense. I shifted who I needed to, because that's why you're able to achieve success in the first place. Because at one point or the other, you put yourself in alignment with whatever that success is. And so I'm going to start off by this video by explaining that your beliefs, your limiting beliefs, right, your doubts, your environment, your mindset, all of these things are the reasons why you're in your current situation. Yes, I know that might be offensive. Yes, I know that might not be something that you want to hear. You probably don't want to hear that. I didn't want to either. But I decided to take accountability with my life, just like you are right now, to go seek the information that I need to leave my current situation, just like you're doing right now watching this video. So we're bridging the gap today, and we're going to dive deep into identity shifting. And by the end of this video, you are going to go from your current situation over to your desired situation, right? And it's a matter of holding and being consistent in your desired situation, in that feeling state, to get it to materialize. Obviously, we know your current self is not in alignment with your desired situation. If this was the case, you would have achieved it already, your desired situation. And your lack of mind control is what's keeping you from bridging the gap from your current situation to your desired situation. So shift your identity and self-concept to reach your desired situation. So right now, as you look in the mirror, you might not be proud of who you see. When you look in this mirror over here, there's somebody else that you want to be, and you can be that person. And the fact that the image in this mirror is distorted goes to show that there's lack of clarity. So let me ask you, do you have clarity? Who do you want to be? This person in the mirror here, this is literally you. You don't know who it is that you want to be. You might have an idea. It might not be that clear. Hence, it's why it's fuzzy. So in order for you to shift your identity properly, you literally just have to know what you want. You literally just have to know who it is that you have to become. You have to set these foundations for yourself. Who do you want to be? And you visualize its achievement throughout the day and before you go to sleep. I mentioned that's when your subconscious mind is most powerful, as you wake up in the morning and right before you go to sleep. When you visualize your desired situation during these times, I'm pretty serious. Like, it's going to materialize a lot faster than you think, right? And so you have to make up your mind that you're going to become this person that you want to see in the mirror. You have to make up your mind today. And that's why I say achieve characters and not goals, because when you achieve characters, it's going to be easier for you to shift your identity because you're fully embodying the person that you need to be, and you're going to naturally start to make decisions that are in alignment with your new identity. And then you just have to say no to anything and everything that is not in alignment with your desired situation. The more that you can say no, the quicker you can expedite that process and shift your identity from your old version of yourself over to your new version of yourself. And sacrifice. You have to give in order to receive in this world. That's the reason why successful people are very generous. They understand this law that everything comes back full circle. You give and you will receive. So in this case, in shifting your identity, obviously there's no way you can live in your desired situation with things from your current situation. A sacrifice is a loss or something you give up, usually for the sake of a better cause. So for instance, how do you expect to be a healthy person, right? If you're still eating Big Macs, if you're still eating those honey buns, if you're still going to Wendy's twice a week, getting Popeyes on the, at the end of the week, and you're just eating all this junk, how do you expect to be a healthy person, right? You haven't shifted your identity. You haven't set a foundation as a healthy person. You haven't fully embodied that, because if you did, you wouldn't be eating McDonald's. You wouldn't be going to Cinnabon, right? You wouldn't be going to Krispy Kreme donuts. You wouldn't be eating this stuff. And so this is what it takes. You have to become somebody first. And you have to live through that. That's why I talk about the law of assumption, living from the end, right? And so the faster that you can stop talking down on yourself and stop playing the victim and blaming other people and having a potty mouth, the faster you can stop intoxicating yourself, right? And quitting, the faster that you can quit the vices and habits that are holding you back, hence your old self, the faster you are going to be that person that's filled with love, the person that has that great health, that person that has that great wealth, the person that has that great relationships. You could be this person, right? But like I said, it's all about the foundations first. You have to have clarity. Who do you want to look? Do you want to be proud when you look in the mirror? Or do you want to regret when you look in the mirror? And the thing is, when it comes to your desired situation, the version of yourself in your desired situation understands that reality is your internal state pushed inside out. All you literally have to do is set your intention. All you literally need to know is have clarity, have a vision, have a big vision at that, right? Take care of your internal state, right? And get yourself in alignment with who you want to be. Don't really worry too much about the how. Just understand that once you operate as someone who already has what it is that you want, the rest is going to take care of itself, right? But the thing is, only a few dare to do away with their current situation. Only a few dare to kill their old self, right? Only a few dare to step up to the plate. And you already have been doing that. That's why you're watching these videos. You might have even reached out. You might have even been doing what it takes to really transform and to really be someone who is worthy of your goal, right? And I applaud you. And that's why I know you're going to be successful. I know that. Matter of fact, you already are a success, because success is the continuous realization of a certain goal. And as long as you continue to wake up every day and shift your identity, you're already a successful person. So keep it up. And so this is why you're different. This is why you're chosen. You're chosen to do big things. I know you feel like you've been called to a higher purpose in life, and you're not crazy. And because I feel the same way. And there's only a certain amount of us in our local cities and our friend groups who really have this ambition of shifting identity. Haven't you realized that a lot of people that you've been around, especially back in like middle school, high school, especially like college, they might have identified as one person and they kind of never grow up. They kind of just stay in that same identity throughout the rest of their life. It's because it's easy to stay where you're at. And you know this by staying in your current situation. It's easy for you to stay here because that's all you know. You don't really want to deal with what comes with your desired situation. You don't really want to deal with what comes in the gap through the process. You don't really want to deal with what comes with change. And so that's why you see people in your friend group in your city, they stay the same way because they don't want to deal with what you're dealing with now. Literally going from saying no to, that super smash burger, saying no to going out every weekend, saying no to, that sugar, saying no to, that toxic ex or whatever it is. Some people don't want to do that. Some people aren't ready for that, but you are. And so that's the reason why you feel lonely. right? You can't relate to the people at the bottom, but at the same time, you can't really relate to the people in your desired situation because you're not there yet. And that sucks to kind of be somebody in that gap. But rest assured, both of us are definitely going to get to our desired situations in the point where we'll start to really communicate and talk with like-minded individuals on a day-to-day basis. But it's going to come. Don't worry about that. So really the biggest takeaways today is that remember that identity shifting is a significant change in your sense of self, often altering or redefining beliefs, values, and behaviors. So if you really want to shift your identity correctly, you just got to change who you believe yourself to be so that, like I said, your thinking, feelings, and actions flow from that new identity. So you don't have to necessarily work to overcome your existing identity. Instead, you change your identity. Chase character, not goals. I say it all the time and I'm going to say it again. Chase characters, not goals, because it's going to be easier for you to make decisions once you identify as a new person. And that is what identity shifting is all about. And which is why I know once you stay on this track, you're more than easily going to achieve your desired situation. This is Mekus with the Continence Club. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you on the other side. And until next time.